as of right now. Yeah, the I think the audio sounds good. you you look great. No, just I was just re-remembering a meme that I saw on my phone like 10 minutes ago. How are you doing today? We're rolling. I knew that this was what was gonna happen, so that reveal was on. We're in. We're we're in like Flint. This looks great. Oh, okay, okay. Looks great. I love it. Did you get a haircut recently or? Good, yeah. Hey, you're just looking really sharp and really good. You really are out there. What was that? Right, right. May or may not. Yeah, of course, of course. Yeah, maybe take off the name as well. I'll blur it. How's your week been? What have you been up to? Hang on. Okay. Nice. And yeah, when did you get that? Today? Nice. I see, I see. Can you hear me well? Does it sound good? Does my audio sound sexy as normal? Oh, but it's probably because those aren't really for jamming out to the Beach Boys or anything like that. It's for hearing. Right, right, right. I see, I see. Yemen? I'm pretty sure Yemen has beaches. Right, right. So a lot of beaches that we would have business to be jamming on if you were wearing what you're wearing now. Um, uh, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's like right on the Red Sea. Yeah. Um, uh, so you're, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I have work to do, but I'll probably play or whatever or Star Citizen. 4.0 just came or 4.1 came out, but I and most people do. Um, I had something to say and I completely. Oh well, what I'm doing now is probably starting this coming the first of this month, so in like 4 days. I have been preparing to um go live and then not be done until I finish the first two videos that I'm making for the Rocket video. So there's going to be a lot less gaming during that period until my second PC comes in, and then I will see if that is enough for me to be able to stream and play at night, because then I'm not going live. Because what I'm gonna do is I have work, and so there's gonna be a sleep stream, and there's gonna be me getting up and running out the door and going to work, and it's gonna be like I'm at work, and there's gonna be like videos playing or something going on, and then every moment after work I'm gonna be live. Because if not, I'm gonna be sitting on that bed right there like this, looking at Ludwig and whoever else watching people what exactly. But they're doing some cool stuff right now. Him and Michael Reeves are like driving across Japan right now on motorcycles from the southern tip to the northern tip, tip to tip. Yeah, I want to find I would want to do a white Honda NSX from like 1993. Yeah, the 90s one with the like spoiler that looks like it's built in to the back of it. We have some other stuff that we can do, like, yeah. Anyway, the pussy wagon. Hello, hello. God damn it.
What'd you do?
They haven't been able to hear you this whole motherfucking time.
Unfortunate.
Fuck.
Well, there can always be another reveal.
That was still amazing. Damn it. Fuck.
Keep it in. Keep it all in.
Yeah, we're gonna keep it in.
This is, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Turbo ADHD. The beautiful thing about this is that this is raw and, apart from personal information, completely unedited. you get to see what Goofus.
We're still figuring it out. They say, the first 100 are bad.
You get to see what it's like. You get to see the mind of just two.
I can't wait until we come back. I want to do one where we just like find a mountain, temp or something. We just hike to the top of it and we just have mics and we just record up there. Or we just like find random places. It's like we find a cave, a different cave. Or we do one while driving. I'll be driving and you'll be in the passenger seat and we'll set up some cameras. I want to do some like expedition style recording. You know what I mean?
Sure. Cave recording.
Of course. I've already been planning out the logistics for having all of Thrag there for that. For sure, we definitely need all of Thrag there.
Cave stream, and then we'll go viral.
We'll be viral long before that.
Hopefully.
But yeah, I want to do that. Would be so sick doing stuff like that. Well, we'll make it happen. My nose is itchy. I don't know if the allergies. It's springtime, snow, mold, stuff like that.
Oh yeah, one of my friends was telling me that like all the trees are getting blossomy and such.
Yeah, it's getting warm out. It's a good time. So
what?
What's up?
Oh, I thought you said something.
No, yeah, I was gonna say something and then I entirely forgot it. There's something that I'm struggling with.
Beauty.
Of this, specifically recording this, is it like, I don't know, either I'm not used to it or something, but like if I'm at work, if I'm hanging out with my friends, if I'm doing whatever, I'm usually making people laugh. But doing this, I'm terrible at it. I don't know what I'm saying. I freak out. My brain breaks. My funny turns off. I am just like, I don't know, super weird.
I was getting distracted by myself in the mirror.
Oh yeah.
Camera or whatever.
It looks pretty good.
This thing smells so bad. I've been sweating it nonstop. just smells like rank. I need to spray it down with Febreze or something.
Can't you wash it? Take the plates out.
The plate. No.
Just dip it in some water.
No, I need to spray it down. I had like some essential oil spray thing.
Yeah.
That are funnily enough made in St. George, but it's like for cops. They like spray their bulletproof vests down because they wear a bulletproof vest every single day.
Yeah.
And like to spray their boots down.
I need that just for myself in general.
So Garrett hates it, but Garrett hates just about anything that smells like anything unless it's his specific smell pick. So, but I need to just. I had it. I left it. I need to get more.
You left it at home? I can mail it to you.
When we switched.
Oh. How do you forget
it was
stuff?
Only $20. How do you forget what you're gonna say 2 seconds ago? The world, we never know.
Yeah, I think our brains, they're built a little different. I haven't decided if it's good or bad yet.
You didn't.
No, I'm old enough to know how my brain works, and so I've learned that for me, it's like I have to have certain things to do to make my brain function inside of society. Like this streaming thing, like I kind of put it together in my head of like each day I come home from work and there's either someone is always gaming, there's always something going on, there's always something. I have enough friends that I'm like always doing something, and if I'm not doing something, I'm on TikTok. No, it's not TikTok, it's YouTube Shorts. And yeah, and so it's like I'm just gonna go live, and so I know that I'll just be like zoned in, going like hardcore, and then I'll actually be able to get it done. And then like when you're like hyper focused on something like that, you just get things done like 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 times faster than other people do, but it's at the cost of like time slowing down or time speeding up, and you're being in like your own little world in a hole doing something, and the world doesn't exist outside of it.
Yeah, I've been just distracted and full of too much social media, dude. I with a passion, not because it's their fault, but it's more that I can't control myself. But I hate short form content. Uno momento, por favor.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm gonna do a monologue about.
What would be, I was planning on not wearing pants for this.
Yeah, good thing you did.
But instead I just have basketball shorts on.
Okay. You're looking. Sorry, I was distracted by that.
Wait. Watch this. Are you ready?
Oh, there's a spider on my desk.
Wait. Are you watching? Watch this.
I'm watching. I don't know if that's any better. The camera turned off.
Hang on. I can fix this. What the?
I shouldn't do that.
What?
So on Discord, it blocks the audio of anything besides someone speaking, right?
Uh-huh.
Well, sometimes I get bored, and whenever I'm on Discord, so when I'll start blowing into the microphone, knowing that Discord won't pick it up. But my computer, the way I have it set up, is it records my audio straight from my mic, and then it records your audio from Discord. So if I blow into the mic, it sounds terrible, and it like hurts your ears, and I was doing that, and then I realized I probably shouldn't do that. Not that anyone watched the first 50 of these that we make.
Where's the light switch? I have this beautiful ring light right by my desk.
Why did you
But I
buy
thought-
a ring light?
No, it's part of the place that I'm living in. Oh, it has a switch on it.
Oh,
I'm
is it?
retarded. It'll cast a shadow on my face. Light, darkness. Inside me, there are two wolves.
And they're
One
kissing.
who snores, and one who snores. Hang on, I gotta get my water.
The whole reason you got, I don't know how to.
Hydration fuel. Me need. Methinks the spirit whispers, no man has found pure space.
What? Well, it's already 8:15.
So, I have something to discuss.
Okay, let's do it. Cause I was thinking about stuff to discuss too. That was just a solid like 10 minutes of just. You...
I'm just jacking off.
Yeah.
That's why I needed water. What do you think I was doing with my hands this whole time?
Oh right,
You can't
right.
see it, but struck me at a medium pace. What was I gonna say? Oh, today, while bored
Yes.
with my friend, I watched a show called Ghost Adventures. Are you familiar with such a
I've never heard of this.
television program? It's why Phasmophobia was made.
Oh, cool.
So, in like back when I was like a kid, when we were kids or whatever, the Travel Channel was dying.
As it does.
Because it sucks. And
did you know that travel is like one of the largest global industries in the entire world, or something like that?
I did know that.
Yeah.
That's why there's hotels everywhere.
And there's some countries where like a majority of their gross like the production from their country is like just tourism.
That's how Dubai is. Dubai's biggest like source of income isn't actually oil, it's tourism.
No, that can't be real.
I'm serious. Dubai or Abu Dhabi or whatever.
I have to look that up. That's crazy.
Well, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I feel like I read somewhere that like one of those like super rich Arab cities or countries or whatever, their main source of income was actually because they had so much like crazy stuff for the oil people. They had become like a top tier spot for traveling. It's just like the hottest prostitutes in the world are all in like Dubai.
Yeah.
And they're from all over the world because there's just so much money there. Like, you know, you can get like some Arab king as long, you know, he shits on your chest and then you get your BBL paid for.
I would do it.
It's a real thing. Look up camel girls.
Camel girls?
Camel, as in the desert creature that you ride.
Yes, not your mom. The camels.
Yes.
Camel
like,
what?
Camel girls.
Girls.
Jamie, can we pull that up really quick?
What? Women. Camel. I'm not getting anything. Camel girls, and I'm just getting at Dubai's first camel riding. 3 girls riding camels. Camel toe. Nope, that's. What are female camels called? Not gonna. Dang it, we're out. We're out. I can't find it. What were we talking about? Sorry, we both interrupted each other twice. We digressed from the main.
Google's suppressing information as usual.
As usual.
What was again? Oh, okay. Travel Channel was dying. They funded this crappy little show. It was three dudes with like mega ADHD. Like, you know the wolf T-shirt kid at your school when you were like middle school. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I know exactly who you're talking about.
Like the dude that like he wore the wolf T-shirt.
It was like bright blue, both sides.
Yeah, like imagine those guys, or like the emo kids, but like they grew into adults. Like it wasn't just a phase, mom. Like they're right. Like it's not just a phase, and like
they're
it
emo
was
25-year-olds kind of thing.
Like 35-year-olds, bro. Like we're talking grown ass men with like a couple Sony cameras with like night vision on them or whatever. So it's three dudes, and they go to these haunted locations across like the United States and like the world. They go to like these haunted like buildings and like sites, and they would like get locked in for a night. Like they would like talk to the people that like lived there, like had seen the spooky stuff. And then they would like find the like hot spots of like activity or whatever, and like set up like cameras and stuff like that. And then night would fall, and they would get like locked in the building or like the like slave plantation or whatever they were at. Like they would get locked in there for an entire night, and they would just walk around with like their night vision cameras and like the spirit box, or like literally like the spirit box, the dots projector, like the UV light, like literally all the stuff that's in Phasma, they would walk around with.
What is it? Was this fake? Is this real? What is this? Yeah, I don't know. I know you kind of believe in that stuff. I've never experienced it, so it's like
I don't necessarily believe in it. I've seen things on like a thermal camera and like through like my night vision gone. Like I've seen things that I just can't explain. That's it. Of like stuff that was weird. Like it was kind of creepy, but it was mostly just like, oh, that was weird. Did you see that? And like a platoon of, or like a squad of other dudes or whatever I'm with was like, yeah, we all just saw the exact same thing through our like our thermal.
now that was a spook.
Or like
some spook was messing with you guys for sure.
And you know, maybe it was. Maybe they're just testing like stealth, like personal born stealth technology. It was actually just active camouflage from Halo, and like there are Spartans out in the desert. Like that's in the Halo lore. That's how they did it. But could 100% be. That's why I say like I don't necessarily believe in it as much as it's like, oh hey, I've seen things that like I can't explain that some people chalked up to ghosts. You know, or like spirits or whatever.
So anyway, what of this TV show?
Anyways,
you met them
ever
or
since
something?
I saw it as a little kid. No, it terrified me as a little kid. Now I watch as an adult, or like even when I was watching as like a teenager with my friends, I was like, you know, these guys got really good at just like, you know, hearing something go bump in the night and going, oh, 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 oh. Like that's really what it is like a bunch of grown ass like emo dudes, with like ADHD and stuff like that. I think at its best, it's a bunch of dudes overreacting to things that go bump in the night, and at its worst, it's probably a bunch of dudes
staging
like, staging a bunch of stuff that goes bump in the night because people like their show took off. It like literally brought the Travel Channel like back from the dead, and it was like one of the most watched television shows ever, or something like that. They're like world famous now. They've gone to like all sorts of different places. It's literally like Phasma. Like they went from like the crappy like spirit box and like the shitty camera and everything else to like now they have all this like crazy technology and like all these like
Oh, that shit's
like
fake.
they literally have like so today I watched an episode because I was bored with my friend, and he was like, "Oh, let's watch this." And I was like, "You've been watching this?" And he's like, "Yeah, I love that show." I was like, "I mean, I like it too. I just think that they're bullshitting half the time."
Yeah.
And like, and I'll tell you, look, they're like at high level Phasma now. Like they had like this one, they had like a $5,000 like thermal camera drone or whatever that they were using. I was like, oh my gosh, like they're really moving up in the world. So, um, anyways, they were in a town called Torrey, Utah, which is just south of Skinwalker Ranch.
I do want to go to Skinwalker
And
Ranch.
I do, but it's private property.
Oh, I didn't know that. We'll be fine. That'll make it more in like eventful.
And I think if we went there with like nods and like actual like military grade like infiltration equipment, I think we could do it. Because I watched a TV show with a single mom that I was hooking up with
Yeah.
about Skinwalker Ranch on the History Channel. Granted, they filmed it like in the mid 20 teens or something like that, like 2017 or something.
They could have changed
So
it.
maybe their security, yeah, there's maybe their security's gotten better, but it was two guys with like a shotgun. Their security was two guys with like a shotgun and an M4 that like didn't even have a front sight post. And I was just like, I feel like if I got like a group of my friends together with the right equipment and like if I got the right guys, like guys who I know like are were trained by the US government in infiltration tactics, like we could do this in like a night tops easy. Like in take some pictures or make some videos out in out like
24
never,
hours.
less than 20 like a night, bro. Like own the night, out the night. Like boom, gone. So, I mean, it could be possible, or you could just ask, "Hey, we're a bunch of like local dudes from Utah that have always wanted to explore Skinwalker Ranch for a night. Can we come out there with like night vision goggles and like some like cell phone cameras or whatever, and just like walk around for the night? We'll pay
Yeah.
you or whatever."
I don't know. That stuff is
But I
like
mean,
you're just
well,
inviting weird stuff to happen.
it's not just Skinwalker Ranch. Like that whole like area is supposed to be like cursed by the Utes or something, or by it was a curse like placed upon the Utes by the Paiutes or something like that,
Oh,
or the Shoshones.
dude.
Like,
Speaking of Indians, no, yeah, it's not nothing crazy.
hello, would you like a Slurpee?
My son is going to be an engineer. No, no.
Other kind,
The other kind. Um.
other kind. More whiskey, please.
the I met some like last night or the night before. No, it was 2 nights ago. I went to a hotel hot tub with a friend, and we were hanging out, and there was some Indians there, and I learned so much about Indian culture and tradition and everything like that. Like you probably know all this because you grew up near it, but I did not. But like there was like a death in the family, and they have traditions of how they need to like prepare the body and stuff like that, and like hospital people aren't allowed to like deal with it or whatever. And there's like a whole bunch of traditions, and they talked to us about like how they were like out on they have powwows that they do, so like these like big crazy dances and everything that they do. And then they have traditions of like you take a kid to a powwow, and the like spirit animals will come to them and like pick them up and stuff like that, and these people are like, oh, we've seen it happen. The spirits picked up our, and I was like, man, this is crazy. And she's like, it is like a religion, and I like fully 100% believe it. And she was like a big dog in the tribe. Apparently she's been to Washington to like do politics or whatever you want to say for them. It was crazy. I learned so much. But then they left like mega slammed. Like she almost fell over into the pool, back into the pool when she got out. It was crazy. And they were fun. She was like yelling at me, but like not me. Like she wasn't yelling at me because she was mad. It's just she was yell talking whenever she was speaking to me. She'd like get up in my face and be like, "But what are you doing this over here?" And it was so awesome. It was a good time. I thoroughly enjoyed the entertainment of these great people teaching me a lot about their culture and their lives. And they were some unique individuals. Apparently they like regularly marry their cousins as well. So that's, no judgment there, but just that's very unique. And
Yeah, she's hot. That's all you're gonna get. Like if you're roach killing ugly, and the best you can do is your roach killing ugly cousin, like still more bitches than we got, bro.
for real, for real. But yeah, that was super.
Can't hate a player for playing the game.
Right, of course. But you can.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Yeah, I served with a bunch of them. So
there's really not that many. Apparently, in this tribe that this lady was in, there's only like 3,000 of them.
Yeah, so there's some like the Navajo, where the Navajo res is like massive and spans across like 3 states.
Oh, really?
Or something like that. And then there's some where like the tribe is like a town, and there's like a handful of people on there, and there's like a casino, and they all live off like a paycheck from the casino every month. That's how most of them live. There's like,
yeah, I've never been to. I want to go at least look around on the reservation. Isn't there like some giant casinos on the reservation? That are like make billions of dollars. They're like big dog, like they're like Las Vegas casinos.
Yeah, dude, because especially in states where like gambling's illegal, the Indian reservations are considered their own like nation states.
Their own nation state, yeah.
So they could do whatever they want, and so they
don't pay taxes on it.
No, they found out like, they found out like a couple like in the mid 1900s, maybe even earlier, like they figured out, hey, if we just build a casino on the reservation, like the state can't do anything about it, and the state can't tax us either. So we can just build a casino, put whatever we want on it, and people will come and play the games. People will come gamble.
Yeah.
And the house always wins. So like
everything, they say that there's like 2 games,
millions.
Baccarat, and there's another one that like the house doesn't always win, but everything else the house takes money. It's like even in poker, it's like there's a fee where if the pot is $10,000, they'll take $1,000 off the top.
House always wins, bro.
House always wins.
So remember, 99% of gamblers quit right before they hit it big. So be the 1%.
Be the 1%. That's what I'm saying. Get it twisted. Gamble more. You will win.
Mm-hmm.
How do you think the rich got rich?
Money back.
Yeah.
Gambling. That's actually how most rich people get rich, is gambling. Maybe not playing cards gambling, but gambling something.
Well, it depends. I would define it as, yes, taking certain levels of risk, but I don't call that gambling. Because starting a business, technically, there's a lot of risk of losing it all and wasting.
Risks bigger than most gamblers are willing to take, actually.
Well, it depends. It depends on yes, some depending on how you define it. Yeah.
Ice roll, baby. Blow on 'em,
dude.
blow on 'em.
I always wanted to do like a throw a party and do an underground casino. Just get like a roulette table or something, and just invite a bunch of people who have never gambled for in their life, and be like, it's not for real money, and give them all a bunch of M&Ms or whatever, and see if I can get someone like addicted to gambling. It's like because a lot of people that were around are like prudes. I don't know, nice way to say it.
Not prudes, they're just raised in a specific culture that you and I really like to make, that you and I really enjoy, but also really enjoy to make fun of.
And so just getting them all together and being like, this will be fun or whatever, and then it's like, it's not for real money, and then do one of those nights and then teach them all poker, teach them all roulette, and then invite them back and be like, we're doing money this time. It's like, oh no, I don't want to. Anyway, just kidding. I do want to do a poker night. I think poker is fun. I think poker is a good game that teaches you the skills of business too. I could be wrong, but get it twisted. Gambling. Anyway, you were watching that TV show with your friend.
Yeah, they're in Torrey, Utah, and I was like, this is where we need to go. This is where we need to, because it's not. It's just a town. Like you just walk around, and there's mountains behind it
There's
with like
people.
haunted. I mean, yeah, it's a town, but there's like mountains behind it with like there's like a cave that they went and explored that had like rituals done in it that's supposed to be
Yeah.
like mega haunted with skinwalkers in it, and there's like haunted petroglyphs or whatever, and they're like looking at all this like oh the dark energy from the drawings, bro. And I'm just like, dude, can you imagine like because they go up there at night. I was like, can you imagine like me and the boys with some like night vision goggles and like 8.6 blackout rifles, just like
We don't need rifles.
wandering around. Bro, listen, I don't really think skinwalkers are real, but I would rather take the chance that maybe it is real and be able to put really big holes in it than take the chance that it's not real and not be able to put really big holes in it if it is.
Not everything is an SCP video game. You can put if a skinwalker is real and you put a bunch of holes through it, it'll still come after us because it doesn't have any blood.
That is where you're wrong because
Oh well,
if something like that-
actually, I literally know about this.
literally-
Okay.
think about this though. Think about this. If something like that is real, it has to abide by some laws of physics. Like it can't just completely
Damn.
ignore every. It can't just ignore every single law of like physics and biology.
Well, no,
Like-
hear me out. Maybe it's not ignoring any laws of physics or whatever else, but it's also like if it's a spirit and it's being demented by a spirit or something like that, it's like it doesn't need blood to pass through it. The spirit will be moving it around or something like that. So you'd have to blow off limbs for it to not work.
That's why I said 8.6 blackout, baby. Some 8.6 blackout pork shredder rounds, bro. It may not kill it, but it's gonna take it for a ride.
I want to get an 8.6 blackout. I was looking at one like a week ago, pricing it out. I'm gonna wait a long while, but yeah, I want to.
Or at least like some 5.56 ballistic tip, bro.
Yeah.
Just, like put some holes, bro. Put some holes. Like I think also like a Beretta, like an the 1301s.
Or like just a
with the-
casual Desert Eagle.
Well, I mean, yes, that could also work. But like the Beretta 12 gauge, the semi-automatic 12 gauge Berettas.
Yeah.
I want one of. I'm for sure buying one of those when I get back home. Like load that with slugs, and it's like, all right, are you gonna die? Perhaps not, but you're gonna think twice about coming over here.
Yeah. I want a bunch of guns, but I need to.
I don't
Are
have
you-
to kill it, bro. I just have to make it feel it long enough for me to run away or
Yeah.
run faster than everyone else.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. You're just like,
So.
what?
Yeah. Right. I get what you're saying. Yeah.
No. I was. What were you gonna say?
No.
Say it.
I was gonna just change the subject entirely.
Anyways, yeah. Watching it all, we need to go. Whenever
Yeah.
I'm back, we need
Oh
to go.
yeah. I do wanna. I do want to do that. I think that it will be a good time. We should do.
Just wander
We should do a
around
night
with
vision, nighttime pod too.
That's what I'm saying. Save, dude. Literally,
It's
all
like-
you need. You don't even need to get like a super high end one. Like we could get you whatever the newest thing from like Opsin is. That'd be more your speed anyways.
Why? What
Where
does that
it's-
mean?
So Opsin. So there's
Are you
two
saying I'm
types of night
slow
vision.
or dumb?
No.
Or cheap?
No. Here, just shut up and listen. There's two types of night vision. There's analog, which is military night vision. Okay. Analog is you have a tube, right? And using black magic and wizardry, which I shall not go into at this time, using tubes.
You don't want to go
these
down the rabbit
special-
hole?
No, it's so complicated. I mean,
What
it's really not. Thermal is actual black magic, but there's a tube, right? The tube uses photons, and it switches them to. It takes photons, which are light waves, and turns them into electrons, amplifies them, and then turns them back into photons for you to see, or something like that.
Hmm.
And it uses an analog system to amplify light many thousand times over or whatever. But it does need some natural source of light. So if you go into a pitch black room with no light whatsoever in it and flick your night vision on, you're not really gonna see anything. You do need, and it can see in near infrared, so that's why you can have like infrared night vision. What? Okay. You could have infrared night vision, right?
Yeah.
Or like night vision could see infrared, so you can have like an infrared light or an infrared laser or whatever that like the naked eye can't see it, but like a night vision can. Then there's digital night vision, which is just like a camera, basically, more or less, that can see. Why'd you mute yourself?
I didn't mean to. I was trying to click something next to it.
Oh, okay. So Opsin makes the best digital night vision. It's not quite up to par with like a mid-range. Their nicest one right now, it's not quite up to par with like a mid-range
Yeah.
like comparable analog system, but it's very close. And if all you're doing is walking around the mountains at night or whatever,
How
for the
much is one of
price-
these?
I think they're like sitting at like 1,200 right now.
For a digital Opsin tube.
Yeah.
That's messed up.
How's that messed up, dude? You can't. I mean, like if you were to
Is
get
it
like a
ITAR?
comparable. I don't think so, actually. For you to get a comparable analog system, it would be about the same price.
1,200. So then why is it not? Why not? Why
or
wouldn't I
more.
just get optical? So digital.
Well, let's see. Let's see what Opsin's sitting at. Or Psionics. It's the Psionics Opsin. Ultra low light monocular. Yeah, $1,200, and then now let's go to Cold Harbor Supply.
Oh, it's because I was streaming earlier. I need to have my gain down a lot more. Oh, it still kind of picks up me blowing into the mic. Should I get one of those
So-
things over it? No.
The Opsin is $2,000 right now, right? From Cold Harbor Supply, their mil-spec starter kit for a monocular, right? It's a PVS 14. It's the same. It's a mono. It's the same comparable performance is $2,100. So basically, you could save $100, which I guess isn't a
800?
whole lot.
We can
Yeah.
look into it if we have money. I would be interested in that.
So $2,000 is about the best, unless you find like a good used deal.
Yeah.
That's the best that you could do.
Speaking of optical versus digital, so are you familiar with how film cameras from like the 60s, 70s, and 80s, if you are to redigitize them today, come out at like 20 megapixel, like clear 4K images? So
Yeah.
I recently found out that some of the photos from the moon missions were digitized, and they look incredible.
Oh, I'm sure.
It was when I say recently, I mean I guess I'm saying like 2014, I think.
Because film is just 4K. They just didn't have the technology to. Because film is literally just it's a literal moment in time.
Yeah, and the limiting factor is the chemicals inside of the film, and so yeah. Here, I'm gonna show you.
And
Let's see here.
I mean, film has always been far ahead of digital for that reason. It's just like
Oh, it's washed out. It's washed. Come on.
text it to me. Text
Oh,
it to
I'm
me. I'll
definitely
look
gonna
at it.
text you. My favorite one. There's a picture of the rover. Oh, come on. I'm gonna kill myself. So if I do this, and then go close enough, and then come back. Oh, come on.
You can just see my reflection in your phone.
And then this one is insane. I'm gonna send these four to you, but oh my gosh, I think I found this like 2 days ago, and it's my background now, and it's such a cool phenomenon of like what you're looking at is a human in a spacesuit on the moon at 4K from 50 years ago, dude. Okay, oh my gosh, I want to go to the moon and Mars so bad. I'm telling you, Gigs. I am. So you know how there's a company I want to start where it's electronic or battery powered construction equipment. And I'm like kind of going down a little bit of rabbit hole to make that happen, and I'm trying to like really get it off the ground this year and figure out what we can do. And there's a lot of work, but whatever. But dude, I just want stuff to be happening on the moon and Mars. It's gonna be so sick to see like new cameras go up there and people living there like full time on the moon and full time on Mars. That sounds so sick. That sounds so cool. That yeah.
Sorry. I'm listening.
You're good. Whenever you talk, if I half the time I zone out and I forget certain things.
Can we fund if we make enough money, can we fund ODST armor sets to protect our construction equipment on the moon from aliens?
Of course, yeah.
Is that a possibility?
There's a high possibility of that.
And then we sell it to Anduril or something like that, and it goes into mass production, and we bring about the UNSC.
Yeah. I also have a lot of views about going to the moon and Mars is not going to be some utopia. The same issues that we have here on Earth of politics and of
people are going to be racist against people born on the moon. I'll be racist to people born on the moon. I'll be like, mooner.
You already made a name, a racist pejorative for people from the moon.
Yeah.
But doesn't that sound so interesting and so cool?
Oh, look, it's a Redborn.
Or Gumby. You really like that one, Gumby.
I do like the grumbles. Gumbo.
Yeah, you always said it right. But I don't know. That's so. I've been thinking about that. It's just like I need
Luigi Mangione was a Gumby. Changed my mind.
the guy that
If he wasn't a Gumby, if he wasn't a Gumby, he would have climbed away. They never would have got him.
They never would have got him.
He would have just like climbed to 5'11" or something like that, and they would have been able to chase him. That's what I would have done. I would have like fucked off into the Appalachians, never to be seen again. But these people, they're too addicted to society. They're too addicted to Reddit, and they have to log on, and then they give themselves away because the IP's traced.
Fools. But
just take a bunch of books with you. Go break into some woman's house at night so you can get your porn fix, and like, boom. Problem solved.
But for you, the moon and Mars, would you go for like a month if you
100%. If I could wear an ODST spacesuit,
No, but you
100%
can't
I
wear an
would.
ODS teammate. You have to wear like kind of a normal one.
They are normal.
What? The ODST?
Yeah,
No, just like what we have as of right now.
dude, with the Shaw concept spacesuit. Look at this. Check this out.
ODST armor. That's not what, like, we just can't make that for you right now. Are you still going to the moon?
I mean, if I have the ability to go to a moon, we will be at a point technologically and financially where we probably can make ODST armor. So yes, I will.
They could happen in the next 4 to 5 years, bro.
Or I will wear this. Look,
I have so many
This-
Ghibli pictures on my phone.
this was
Ghibli? I don't know.
Uh,
What's the? I've heard people say it differently, and I'm like, I thought it was Studio Ghibli.
look this the company that I bought my my plate carrier from at SHOT Show last year. This was at their booth because they were pushing multicam Alpine and just winter like camouflage stuff in general. This was at their booth at SHOT Show last year. So this will be me on the moon. I just texted it to you.
Oh, I see. That goes pretty hard.
For those in the audience, where's my photos at? Does it lock my photos? I bet you it does.
I. Do you okay? And I have a question about the moon and Mars for you. Put your hand. There you go. That's perfect, right there. Yeah. That's cool. I like that. Yeah. You'd be happy wearing that. No, so Gigs, I have a serious conversation. Not serious. I don't know why I say the word serious when I. Okay, the moon and Mars. Let's say it starts happening.
And you go play airsoft so I can justify all the money I spent on this.
You need to go play airsoft so you can file the money.
So I can justify all the money I spent on this.
Dude, we could have taken your PC and made you like a monster PC with all that gear plus your old PC if we just built you a new one. Hey, you would never have issues ever again. Oh well. No, what
I'm happy with my financial decisions.
I believe you.
I will be so locked in when we play Ready or Not tonight. Watch.
I'm telling you, next time in, you should stream too, and we'll have you, and you'll just be in full gear. That'll be your thing. Streaming in full kit. No. So with the moon and Mars, let's say I'm 26, you're 25. Let's say 20 years from now, 30 years from now, I'm 56 and you're 40, 54, 55. Okay. And let's say everything kind of goes according to plan. There is a city on the moon and there is a city on Mars. Okay. Think back to the colonies of the powers that existed on the European continent. So like the Dutch and the British and whoever else. It was like it's physically so far away. At a certain point, people are just like, they can't govern us. We are our own thing now. Let's, make our own sovereign state here. Make our own country, make our own whatever. It's like, and you're telling me there's not going to be any combat out there?
That's what I'm saying. ODST armor.
I hope not. I really hope not.
The insurrections. Dude, if you study Halo history, you would know that there was a massive rebellion on Mars, the Mars rebellions, and that was when the UNSC really came into play. Was the Mars rebellion?
It's just like
I'm interested in seeing how the politics play out. It's going to be its own country? It's like, do we call it a country? It's like, if it's from a different planet, do we keep the same vernacular, the same laws,
The
or
state of the moon,
like, yeah, it's like, is the moon a state? And it's like, at what point can the
the
moon?
great state of the moon.
Because I think the moon will always
Well,
have a U.S. presence because it's so close.
technically, international maritime law applies.
Well, because everyone always says this, but international maritime law applied for the United States in 1776. New laws change, and people happen whenever there's a colony in a city of people.
Whoever has the most guns wins, brother.
No, I'm not saying that's not what's good. I'm pretty sure that's what's gonna happen. But people say it's maritime law. It's
Yeah,
like
I'm saying.
as soon as there's a city on the moon and Mars, it stops being maritime law.
Piracy.
Someone wants to own that land. Some city, some people.
That's what I'm saying. And then it'll be piracy. There will be piracy
And so,
on the high stars.
and so I
Space
think
pirates.
I think
Space cowboys.
I think that
Space racism.
I think that the moon is always going to be a majority portion of it's going to be like it's going to be like the 51st state or the 59th state if we get
That'd be sick.
because we're 2 days flight time away from it, and the moon can never really ever be self-sustaining. So if some type of fight breaks out on the moon and Mars, it's like Antarctica. It's like, we're gonna stop sending you stuff. How about have fun, all of you dying up there? And it's like, whoever is going to go send them food is now
I was wearing it wrong. Oh, that's so much better. I'm retarded. Sorry, continue. My headphones were like squeezing my brain out, and I realized it's because I had them down instead of up.
I don't know what that means, but I'm happy for you. See, this is why we're you're having the test run here. So
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. So that when I do go play airsoft Minecraft,
Minecraft. You see the new
when I
Minecraft
do
update?
I did not. Has it happened already?
I don't know, just the video of how you can ride on ghasts.
Update. Minecraft update. I spelled update wrong. Videos. All
They won't be able to
features.
see us in the
Alive.
Discord, by the way.
No, I'm not watching some furry break this down. Okay, I'll watch it later. And then I will go hunt that furry in Minecraft with all my cool stuff in Minecraft.
Anyway, I just been thinking about the moon and Mars a lot, and I'm super excited. I just want us to be, I want us to be a space civilization, baby. I'm excited for it. I love it. That excites me. That gets me up in the morning. That gets me bricked up rock hard. That just sounds so amazing and so cool, and I'm ready for it. I want there to be peaceful transitions. I want there to not be wars and conflict on the moon and Mars. Like, genuinely, like, I'm that type of person that war does need to happen in certain times. But I would say that I'm hawkish or I'm dovish in the way that I think that most conflicts can be resolved sooner rather than later. It's usually the military-industrial complex trying to get a paycheck or someone else's political interests that keep wars going. But that's all. So I hope that we travel space, but we also get to a sustainable city where we're growing and happy, and there's people living on the moon and Mars full time. But
Agreed.
I think that moon will never be its own country or have its own principality or whatever you want to call it, its own country or own type of thing that isn't a part of the Earth, because it will always rely on it. The only thing that it can do there is probably water and maybe cement production and there's no metals there as far as we know. We don't know if drilling down is going to give us an answer, but we're pretty sure it's all just like basalt, so like no metals on the moon. And then it's like you'll have solar power there, and
There's just being off base to get to Mars. Really, I feel like.
well, that's actually not true. We don't have to get into the technical part of it. Um, it kind of can be a jump off spot to go to. I've thought a lot about this, but
Maybe it'll be a base. It'll be like a training base to get people accustomed to
yeah,
Mars.
I think it's going to be a science base first, and then there's going to be an actual city there, but it's going to be a costly city. But I think the city will be able to pay for itself.
Fort Lunar.
Fort Lunar. I think it's going to be a science base or a fort first, and I think that it's going to there's I think that it might be after we die, but maybe while we're alive, it'll be a net neutral state to live in. So like Alaska is a pretty thriving good place, even though it's like a barren desert because of the oil that exists there. There is a small possibility that we could engineer a way to get the fuel for um, fusion nuclear reactors from the moon, and that would be how it pays for itself. Is all of the investment and everything that exists there is all paid for by the there's because it doesn't have a shield or a magnetic shield around it. It like ionizes either hydrogen or helium. I forget one. It's like helium-3 or something like that, and that's like the exact type of helium ion that we need in fusion nuclear reactors, and it exists, from what we understand, a lot on the moon. I think that Mars, on the other hand, it's going to be harder to get it started up, but there are metals there. There is water there. We will be able to get growing plants on there, and we can use the regolith from there to be able to make farms to grow food. And then
Great Mizraya Armory.
yeah, and I think that as far as metals are concerned, so you can produce fuel there, methane. You can produce methane fuel on Mars as it exists right now. We would need to put the equipment there, but we can do it. And then something that's different from Earth is the gravity there is so much lower that the cost to leave and come back to Mars is super cheap compared to what it is on Earth. So that means that essentially all of the metals from the asteroid belt are accessible to everyone on Mars. So like if you are mining metals or you just want to drop an asteroid on the northern pole of Mars or something and then have a mining site out there and then you mine it like you does that make sense what I'm saying? Like a lot of the resources that exist on Earth we could have it where it's a self-sustaining city as far as food, water, and electricity and manufacturing exist on Mars, whereas it's probably a lot less likely on the moon because the moon essentially has water and solar. But maybe later on we'll find out that there's something that is useful on the moon that makes it sustainable financially. Whatever. This is like deep down the rabbit hole.
Yeah, I'm down for it as long as I get my ODST suit.
Yeah. I'm excited that I want that to happen, and I've been thinking about it a lot because I want to do it and I will do it. F1. Are you ready for the Japan race?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Really giving me a lot there. All right.
Yes, I'm very ready. Did you, especially with the Yuki Tsunoda trade?
Yeah, so Yuki got put on Red Bull.
Red Bull.
Where
Red Bull
did
proper.
Lawson go to the other
Racing
team?
Bulls.
Racing Bull.
Sugar-free Red Bull.
Sugar-free Red Bull. I didn't know if he got kicked out or what.
No, he's on sugar-free Red Bull. I mean, he did pretty good for his debut. Did he not?
Lawson?
Yeah.
I think that he's not. He's not doing well. Which makes me sad because I recently found out. I thought he was a billionaire nepo kid, but he's kind of like an actual middle class dude, and his parents like sold their house to like put him in racing. So it's kind of like you actually want him to be good because it's not like a nepo situation where like this is actually going to change him and his family's like life and financial situation. So hopefully he stays in. I want him to, have a good career, have a good, interesting career for over the next 5-10 years. That would be really interesting. I am really into there's 5 new rookies like this year and a couple last year, and that's exciting for me. I don't know if any of them are nepo kids or if they're actually like serious racers, because if anything, I think that it would be so much more interesting and entertaining to have non-billionaire dads kids driving around the track and just actually have it all be people all there on raw talent alone.
That would be, yeah.
Because I think like something like a third or half of the 20 people got there because dad's a billionaire and they bought the team.
Yeah. Dude, I mean, wouldn't it be great if everything that we did as humanity really was a meritocracy? We would be light years ahead
True. But
of where we were originally.
yeah, but with new drivers getting their licenses and everything, it's pretty exciting.
It is very exciting.
And I'm going out and I'm buying a TV. I'm gonna have race day at my place. It'd be a good time.
It would be. I wish I was there.
Yeah, well, it'll be soon, right? You only have 8 more.
Exactly. What?
What? Can you hear me? Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you.
That's it for this week. We will see. I don't know what I was gonna say something, but one of our worst podcasts yet, so that's good. No, I don't know.
Make it worse every time.
We make every time. It's just no. I always I'm keeping this in, but I care too much. I'm like not sure. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Look like a.
Look, I'm Mickey Mouse. I hate Jews.
No gigs. Okay. Anyway, what was I saying? I don't know. I haven't decided what I want to do with this. This week, part of me this week was like, I just want to give up. I don't want to do the podcast anymore. I don't know what I'm doing. I can barely hear you. Oh, right. Yeah. It looks good. I like it. I was just saying, I don't know. I was like, I keep forgetting that the reason that I want to do the podcast is just to talk and hang out. And if it turns out good and people like it, then people like it and it turns out good, But I like have this expectation that it needs to be like the number one. It needs to be like the single most entertaining thing that exists, And I don't know. I don't know if that's what I want to do, and I'm like conflicted. And this week I was like, what? What'd you say?
I said there's there. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Talk really
I can
quick?
hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay. There's plenty of things that meet that moniker.
What do you mean? I don't know what the word
Like there's like you're always the best, or you're never the best at anything. There's always someone better. You know what I mean? Like, so we don't have to be the best podcast. There's someone else that's a better podcast.
Yeah, but I want to be good. But I just don't know. We'll have to find a groove because I want to do other stuff too.